Where do women and girls gather? Greetings, sisters. I'm here to talk about safe spaces, healing spaces, and spaces that can empower the women and girls in your lives. If you have girl power programs, sister circles, or other women empowerment activities, you know that you need a physical space where these activities take place. Have you given a lot of thought about what that space looks like, what that space feels like? Well, you really should. A lot of people speculate about what women talk about and where women gather. It's kind of mysterious, but it's not that difficult to create a warm, healing space that is welcoming and empowering for next level experiences, bonding, releasing, and learning. Your space can be like a home away from home. There are plenty of ways to create and maximize your efforts to educate, support, and empower your participants and make sure that it's a safe space that promotes healing and connection. Using just a few suggestions from my guide, How to Create a Healing Space to Empower Women and Girls, I'm going to share 5 tips with you right now. First, there's cleaning. Treat the space like a blank canvas. You might even have to take everything out and then start all over. Your space needs to be clean and free of clutter. Keep supplies and materials in closets, drawers, cabinets, and use decorative storage solutions like storage ottomans and baskets. Surfaces should be clear and clean too. For color, specifically wall colors, I recommend soothing, neutral colors because they don't elicit emotional responses like excitement, shock, or fear. Warm whites, not white, which can be hospital-like and institutional, but light beiges, creamy colors, the warm whites that I mentioned, those all tend to lend themselves to that whole blank canvas approach. As you want to take this with women and girls participating in your program, you want them to be open to receiving the knowledge, information, and positive vibrations that you're giving them. Number 3, natural elements. Not limited to just color, your natural elements can be incorporated into your space through furniture, artwork, shapes and textures, such as circular mirrors and soft, fluffy cashmere throws and pillows on the couch, on the floor, even mounted on the wall. These natural elements are awesome. Also, you can use plants as a natural element. I'm constantly inspired by the ocean and inspired by the sea. So I like to incorporate those colors and those tranquil waves and even sounds and open spaces. I always like to incorporate some type of ocean or sea element in my work. These natural elements also include the use of plants and flowers. Bringing the outdoors in and incorporating wood and other natural elements really makes the space feel earthy so people can be grounded, and it makes them feel comfortable. Scale is also important. The size of your space doesn't dictate how nice or how healing it can be. You can create a beautiful, peaceful, and empowering space of any size when you follow the principles of scale. Scaling principles are pretty simple. Small rooms require small furnishings, and large rooms require larger furnishings. And remember, just don't put too many things in any single designated space. This room here is an example of bringing the outdoors in. Here you have plants and flowers, natural elements that make the space feel more natural. Your connection to nature is also empowering and soothing. You can see how all the natural elements are brought into these spaces, all the textures, all of the colors, and to make them soothing, to make them comfortable. Where there's color, there are small pops of color, but no dominant, dark, or bright colors. You can see that your space can be as unique and as beautiful as you are, and as the people that you're serving. It's important that your space reflect the women and girls in your community. Spaces can be also very cultural. Whenever possible, I always strive to include diverse cultural representations And I suggest you do that in your designs. Items such as African and African American art, Indian textiles, and Asian artifacts go a long way in embracing the beauty of exotic global locations while simultaneously affirming the cultural identities of those women and girls that you're serving. This picture and several of the pictures that I've been showing are of container homes or container spaces. You can use 20-foot containers, 40-foot containers. At Sisterhood Agenda C, Sisterhood Empowerment Academy on St. John in the U.S. Virgin Islands, we've used a 40-foot container and built out from there. There are lots of considerations as well. You've got to use your judgment and find out what works best for you and the women and girls that you work with. Your extra effort and special touches can make a really big difference in the lives of the women and girls that you serve. As always, you also want to include lots of affirming pictures of empowering, powerful, famous, recognizable, and maybe different women and girls. Pictures that motivate, inspire, and just plain make you feel good. Thank you for watching.